Hello, I'm Allison Struck, and this is my mastery vlog video for script production and analysis. So, at the beginning of this class, my goals were to try and become a better writer. I had a lot of ideas that I had been playing with, but really hadn't sat down and perfected or even put the pen to paper, so to speak, to just write them out. So, my biggest goal is I just wanted to be able to take those ideas and to start actually playing with them and to move them into the next stage of creativity versus just living in my head or as like just a little thought on paper. So, did I meet those goals? To an extent, yes. I did start getting some of my ideas on paper that I had been wanting to work on with like my script idea about the family of cannibals. Um, did I actually write that one? No. But for the most part, I did start moving some of the ideas and fleshing out how to be a better horror writer in this class. But not necessarily every idea that I had before starting this class did I flesh out. But for the most part, I do believe that I've gotten better with my writing skills and am going in the right direction towards being a better script writer and a better filmmaker. So I think I learned a lot about myself as a writer this month. Last month, when we were put to the restrictions of having limited dialogue, I was a little bit put off by that. But this month, I've realized that many of my stories had limited dialogue and that I was relying more on the action line as a writer, which I definitely know that I need to work on to be a little bit more consistent with using dialogue in the stories versus just having all action and not just the person doing things as well. As an artist and a storyteller, I was really worried that I wasn't going to be good at writing horror. For FCP, I didn't write horror. I wrote a romance, a drama romance. So I was kind of out of my element last month. So I was kind of nervous going into this and knew that I wanted to write horror. So I feel that I did accomplish that goal and that I feel really comfortable in that genre and happy with what I was able to do in that genre. But I also think I just wanted to try and branch out a little bit. I wish I had done more comedy, and I think I learned a lot more on how to do that from the class and from the videos we watched in class. So I'm hoping to expand a little bit more that way in the near future. As a writer, I still need to work on self-confidence and just putting myself out there and learning just to take criticism. I have always been a little overly sensitive, so that's definitely something I've been working on. I think I've done pretty well this month, but I'm still working on that and building up that confidence level and understanding that not everyone's going to love what you do, but you have to be your biggest fan. I'm going to apply what I learned in this class to my career just for the fact that I do want to write and I want to be a better storyteller. And I do think even if I don't end up writing and I work in another department, that the story is the key element to filmmaking and that you have to be able to understand the story and to visualize it to be able to bring it to life. And I do also love production design, and I think that every job that is on a movie set is based off of this one idea. So it's important for us to understand how stories and scripts are made and how ideas go through the different stages. So I definitely think there's a lot of lessons I've learned in here, especially with knowing that just because you wrote it one way may not be what we're going to see on the screen in the future. If I could go back in time and give myself some advice, I would just say be more confident. You gotta write what you love. Also know that there is always going to be criticism of what you write, no matter how good it is, because there's always room for improvement. And I think that just knowing that you have to be authentically you when you're writing, that if you're not being authentic to yourself, it is going to show on the screen. I feel like that's another important thing to be mindful of that I've learned from this month. If I had to go back and fix my filmmaking concepts and practices script, I definitely think I would have tried not to rely so much on the directing on the script, as well as all of the cliches that I did. I know that I used quite a few filmmaking cliches for students, so I think I would have been a little bit more mindful if I had already have had this class. So definitely those two things. Not directing so much on the script and telling people to huff and move their head and look places, but leave that up to the actor and the director, and to get rid of the student filmmaking cliches. Those are two big things I definitely would have done differently. So, thank you for watching.